Hello, my name is Carson Horner. Today as a righty, I'm going to be teaching how to do a boxing step jab. The purpose of this is to catch your opponent off guard, to hit him quick but powerful at the same time, and also to save energy throughout a boxing match. For the beginning of the preparatory phase, we want to start in a defensive boxing stance. You're going to place your foot opposite of your dominant hand in front of the other, shoulder width apart. You're going to put your non-dominant foot and tilt it towards your opponent slanted. So imagine my opponent standing in front of me. You're going to have your non-dominant foot slanted pointing towards them while it's shoulder width apart. You're going to have your other dominant foot pointing around 80 degrees turned to have a sturdy base. Once your feet are settled, you should now focus to your weight going into your feet. Your weight should be 55% on your back foot and 45% on your front foot. While remaining your feet are on the ground, it should only be the balls of your feet touching the ground. There should be a micro little lift from your heels off the ground. While in this, your knees shall have a micro bend. While you're having a micro bend, you should also remain to have your shoulders relaxed so that way you can conserve energy throughout the fight. While your shoulders are relaxed, you shall remain to have your elbows tucked into your sides. You will now raise your fist, and your front fist should be 1 foot in front of your chin. Your back foot fist should be at least 1 foot out from your body in front of your chest. Right now you need to remember to keep your chest and shoulders slightly turned towards your opponent. Your chin should be tucked down and you should be facing your opponent straight head on. Once you are now in your defensive boxing stance, you are now to go on to your executionary phase. In this phase, remember to relax your front arm and you should be visualizing your front fist whipping up towards your opponent as a whip would. With your front foot, you shall now step 6 inches forward towards your opponent, just like that. Simultaneously, as you're going to be stepping forward, you're going to extend and punch your front glove or fist towards your opponent. As you do this, you should tighten and tense your arm so that way it can reach its full extension. While you do this, you need to make sure your elbow snaps upward and not outward. This allows for more power through your punch. So instead of outward elbow like that, your elbow should be going straight forward as your fist is snapping up. Through this executionary phase, it's important to keep everything locked and tightened and engaged. As you go through your punch and your 6-inch step forward and throwing your fist out forward, you shall remember to keep the weight centered throughout your body so that way when you bring your arm back after your punch, you are not thrown off balance. Or if an opponent throws a punch as well, you're not off balance forward or backwards as well. If you feel like you are not as powerful as can be, focus on your arms rotation and tightening rather than the whipping and fast motion of your fist. So this means, as you're stepping forward, focus on your arms rotation forward and upwards as your elbow goes forwards and upwards, and tightening your whole arm as it extends and reaches its max potential. This will allow to create more power in your step and boxing step jab. At the follow through phase, we are going to be at the position where we're at the very straightening out of that whole arm at the impact of our punch. Right here, we need to make sure that our whole arm is straightened and with our palm is facing down. Do not short stroke your punch or do not overextend your fist so that way it is facing upwards or inwards. Once you do that, you need to make sure that your front shoulder is slightly going through your jab. This makes sure you allow for more power as you throw your jab, and it allows for protection for our opponent coming back throwing another punch. So you can keep your face tucked behind the shoulder as you throw your jab as well. As your arm rotates naturally, You want to stay relaxed. There's no need to think about drilling a hole through your opponent. When you throw and rotate the arm, it will naturally be fast. Key notes for your preparatory phase are we're going to start at your feet. Remember, balls on your feet, micro little bend in your knees. Remember to have your fist up in front of your chin and your back fist up over here around chest to cheek level. This engages your body so that way if an opponent tries to strike, you have cover by your front fist and your back fist from all angles. Another key point is to have your weight balanced throughout your body with 55% on your back leg and 45% on your front leg while you are connecting the ground through your feet on the balls of your feet. To make sure that your palm is still facing down and to make sure that your shoulder is up through, providing protection for any punches coming by your opponent so you can duck and get out back through your punch. Make sure once you throw your jab that you throw it and release back quickly so that way you can see where your opponent is going. In real speed, it should look like. Before I leave you guys here today, we're going to go over the most important part of this whole skill. That is the protection when it comes to the boxing step jab punch. Remember, the protection always starts when you're in your preparatory phase with your knees slightly bent and your fist a foot in front of your chin below eye level and your backwards fist a foot outwards of your chest or cheek level, whatever is most comfortable to you. This protection allows you to defend punches from all angles. If any punch comes over here on this side of the body, I could close this arm and hide my face behind this arm to protect my head area. If a punch is thrown from this side of the body, same vice versa, I could bring this arm up and use it as a shield to protect with my hand and boxing mates as well. That is the most important part throughout this whole process of the boxing step jab as you are going through a boxing match. Thank you guys for watching this video today, and I hope you guys learned a lot.